hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and we're talking about romance today. So I don't know if you fully understand what this video is going to be about, but let me explain. So obviously in the last couple of years I've read more romance than I generally do, and sometimes I just go off of what the author describes and I see, like, I form a character in my mind. But sometimes I envision an actor or an actress for the hero or heroine. And so this video is me going through some of the romances I've read and basically fan casting the main characters. Because I want them all to become adaptations. I really want us to get back into our early 2000s rom-com bag because it was an epic time. A 90-minute film ending in a happy time, happily ever after, a happy for now, is what we deserve. I enjoy a good Marvel movie, but goddamn, every movie does not need to be 2.5 hours, does not need to be a superhero movie or a fantasy adaptation. I want romance movies. And not all of these on my list are rom-coms. Most of them are, but not all of them. But like, we deserve it. I want a renaissance, a rom-com renaissance. Now, one on this list is a category romance. However, I wouldn't call it a rom-com, and it was a novella, but I would see that one better as a TV series, and I'll explain once I get there. But the rest are all rom-coms and I would want to be movies. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna tell you about the book and then who I envision for the hero and heroine, or the hero and the hero. And I was like, I wanted to do more, but it took me some time to like go through and find actors and actresses I thought would be best for the part. And I couldn't figure it out for some of them, so I didn't want to wait. So this is just 6 of them, and I will just make more videos or make another video when I have more books that I figured out who I would want as the actor or actress for those parts. So this is obviously just a fan cast. There is one on this list that is definitely, or the rights have been obtained. For the rest of them, I haven't looked and I don't know if the rights have been obtained, but I just saw it in someone's Goodreads review for one of them. And I want them all to become movies. Shondaland, somebody hit me up, okay? Because I will reread the book. I will give you the direction you need. Just kidding. Obviously, you could probably ask the author, but I'm just saying, I don't know why I'm like, my channel is small for the YouTube sphere, and I'm definitely not into like the movie and TV part of YouTube, but somebody please, I need them to grab all this goodness. They adapted Bridgerton, which is fine. They have so much more material. They want to pick up these huge fantasy adaptations that are costing them millions of dollars and so much time, when you can make a nice smaller budget rom-com to feed us. We are starving out here. So that's a pretty lengthy intro. You should understand the project of this video here. If you're in Hollywood and you're watching this, email me, it's down below. But we're just gonna start with 6 today, and you can agree or disagree down in the comments, or if you don't agree with mine, you have someone else in mind, I would love to know so I can look them up and put them in my mind, because these are some of my favorite romances that I've read recently-ish. And that's, yeah, let's go. Is it 6? Okay. So recently, you should know, I read Fastest Way to Fall by Denise Williams, and Fastest Way to Fall was so good, I ate it up. So the main characters are Wes and Britta. And Wes is a personal trainer, but he basically started a company where it's like an app to pair personal trainers with people to help them on their fitness journey, and he's the CEO. And then Britta works for, like, I forgot if it was like a lifestyle kind of magazine, in editing, like editorial, but she wants to become a writer. And so she pitches this idea that her and another girl are gonna try out, she's gonna try out this app, I can't remember what the app is called, and the girl's gonna try out the other app, and they're going to like keep updated online, their experiences and everything. And Britta is a plus-size woman, a black woman, and she doesn't really care to lose weight. She's confident in her body. She just would, she's like, I could try this, and if I could be healthier, great. If I lose weight, whatever. And so she gets paired with Wes, but she doesn't know Wes is the CEO. Wes doesn't know that she is the writer for this magazine, for this project. And so there's a lot of like emails and like text messages between them, and I was just, oh, eating it up. So I loved it so much. Wes was so sweet, and I just was like, oh my soul. So you can let me know if you read this book, who you would cast down below. But when I was reading this, at first I was envisioning someone else. And then the more I thought about it, I thought that person would be better in something different. So as Wes, the trainer, I think Manny Jacinto would be A1 because he's hot, duh. And he's fit, right? And so I think he would be really great in this. And then for Britta, I think that Amber Riley would be excellent because she's gorgeous and she is funny, and I think she would have the right like banter with him to like go back and forth, and they would be beautiful together on screen, and I just go, oh, and it would just be such a good movie. I love their messages. They were funny, they were cute, then they got sexy, and then they had sexy time, so The Fastest Way to Fall, starring Amber Riley and Manny Jacinto. Please, please, please. Thank you. Next, we have one I literally just finished last night and I loved it. It was making me cry. And it was The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. And in this one, our main character is Max, and then we have Lena. So Lena owns her own like bridal consulting, wedding planning business. She owns it and she runs everything. And then we have Max, who works at like a marketing firm. But the book starts out with the wedding day of Lena and Andrew, who is Max's older brother. But Andrew texts Max that Max was right. Whatever he said to him the night before really got to him. He thought about it, and him and Lena shouldn't get married. But Andrew is not there to tell this information to Lena. Andrew leaves it to his younger brother to tell his fiance that he is not coming to the altar. So of course Lena hates Max and Andrew. Fast forward 3 years, Max and Andrew are working at their mother's marketing firm, and she's trying to get in good with this hotel group. There's also the same hotel group is looking to hire someone to take over their wedding planning part, and Lena is interviewing for that position. But they have 2 people they're interested in, and so they want to pair them with the brothers from the marketing agency for them to come up with a pitch, give them a few weeks, and they do a presentation. So of course, Andrew is paired with the other person, and Lena is paired with Max. And instantly, feelings. I can't. I was living. So in my mind, I think that, oh Lord, I lost my thing. So Max, I think Robbie Amell would be amazing. I love him in Upload. If you haven't seen that show, it is like a sci-fi show, but there is a romantic subplot, and I just melt over it, and him and his beautiful face. And it is such a shame. Like, I love Uploads. I'm glad that he stayed doing that, but it's such a shame that we lost him and he wasn't the person in the hating game, because that is what we deserved. But he would be so good in this, and just like, I'm really thinking of it Upload when he just gives like these little looks, these little smiles, and I think it's so Max. It would be perfect. And then for Lena, so Lena is Afro-Latina. She is born in America, so she's Brazilian American. And so I was trying to find, I was like off the bat, I don't know any Brazilian actresses. And so I was looking for Brazilian actresses, and I found Yaya da Costa, and I was like, that name sounds really familiar. And then I saw that she was on America's Next Top Model. I'm like, bam, that's where I know her from. But she's been acting in different TV and movies. And I was like, bam, yes, hot, love it. She looks fabulous. He looks great. They would be great together. And thank you, please, somebody make it immediately. This one is the one that is, the rights have been purchased. So I think I saw the article from 2020. I don't know if I didn't see anything about it moving forward, but the rights have been purchased for this one. So I really hope we get that soon, and that they listen to me, and that the actors are available. Please, 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 please. Obviously it doesn't matter. Like, they'll hopefully choose beautiful people that do a great job, but I need the rom-com era to start now. Okay, Next, I have Boyfriend Material, which I also just recently read, and this is a male-male romance, and I loved it so much. It is set in London, and we have Luke and Oliver. So Luke's kind of a mess. He is the son of a, like, his dad was kind of a rock star, but then he kind of fell off, and now he's kind of trying to make a comeback. And then his mom got really popular in like the 80s, but I think she only did like one album, and she just makes enough money in residuals and whatever off that, and she never really like made music again. And they're not together. His dad walked out on them when he was like 3. And so Luke has just, he's like, I don't know if you would consider him a C-list or whatever, but he's enough, like he's famous enough to be in like The Guardian, was it The Guardian? I don't know, in like the Sun, is that what it's called? Daily Mail, and like tabloids. So he was in a relationship, had a bad breakup, started acting a fool, tabloids are seeing him all over town. And so he works at a nonprofit of a charity for dung beetles, and essentially they're having like their big ball that's coming up, like one of their major fundraising events. And some people have been pulling out of the event because they have seen him in the press, and they're like, we don't want to be involved with an organization that's associated with him, mainly because he's gay, but also he's being a messy gay. So like there is some homophobia in this book. Then you have Oliver, who is like the opposite of Luke. He went to great schools. He went to Oxford. He is just very like put together. He's a barrister, and his house is neat. Luke's house is a mess. His clothing's always neat. Like he uses big words. So Luke, his boss basically tells him, you need to clean your shit up. You need to like date somebody respectable and have the media see you like and take pictures of you and that be in the tabloids that you've got your shit together so that we can get our donors back or you're fired. And so he goes to his friends, who are amazing by the way, and asks like, I need to be set up with somebody who's respectable. And he gets paired with Oliver, who he had met before. And Oliver, he was like, oh, I had such a bad run-in with that guy. He was so stuck up. So they're paired together and decide to fake date. I had a ball. I loved it so much. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking that for Luke, Asa Butterfield would be really great, because when watching Sex Education, he's a mess. What's his name in Sex Education? I can't remember. Oscar, Oliver, something. He's just like, he gives me that messy energy that I'm feeling from Luke. And then for Oliver, I have, the actor's name is Oliver Jackson Cohen, who I'm pretty sure is the same guy who's been in The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. But I feel like he can just give you that like, put togetherness. I don't know. This one, I also Butterfield, I feel really confident in. Oliver Jackson Cohen, I mean, he's beautiful. So I don't know. So you let me know if you've read that. But I was feeling like when I looked at him, I feel like I could see Oliver. I don't know acting wise, but I like it how it looks. So somebody please make that, please and thank you. Then we have Sweet Hand, which all of you, if you've been around, should know. I talked about it a lot last year. This is set in Trinidad, I believe, and it is between Charisse and Kieran. And so, of course, same like with the Brazilian actress, off the top of my head, I didn't know any actors or actresses from Trinidad. But this book is that Charisse is a baker and Kieran is like in the music industry. They've known each other for years and never really have gotten along, but now they have to get along and work together because Charisse is the maid of honor and Kieran is the best man in her sister's wedding, I believe. And so they have to work together to like plan activities and do all this stuff. And so it's not like hate to love, but it's like you annoy me to love. And I love, again, their banter and their like just, you know, they're back and forth with each other, and they have like angry I don't like you sex, and I loved that. And I loved baking. I loved her like the desserts and everything that were shared in the book. And Kieran is also bisexual, and I ate it up. I loved it so much. But I was Googling actresses from Trinidad, and while I have not seen this actress, she's beautiful, and I feel like she would be great. So she, I think, has been mostly on like daytime soap operas, and her name is, I think, Michelle Morgan, if I'm saying that correctly. And I think she could be a good Charisse. It's giving me good energy. I feel it. Now for Kieran, I was torn because I had someone in mind when I was reading Kieran, but I don't think, well, he's not from Trinidad. And then the longer I thought of it, I was like, I think just his physical description matches Kieran, but I don't think all of the energy together would be Kieran. And so now the person I'm gonna say doesn't necessarily match the physical description of Kieran, but mainly, he's a fine piece of man, and I want to see him in a romance. I think we deserve to see him in a romance, and that's Winston Duke. Okay, it said that he is from Trinidad, and Winston Duke is Winston Duke, and I would like to see him in a romance, and I believe that him and Michelle can I just see it on the screen, and I like it. I like what I see. I believe in it. So yeah, if you've read Sweet Hand, you might not agree, but really when I was just like browsing people who were from Trinidad or have that heritage at least, and I saw Winston, I was like, well, it's what I want. So that's really, I mean, this whole video is what I want, so I was going with it. If you disagree, that's fine, but woo. Winston Duke, yes. I need him to have on short shorts too. Give me the thigh meat. Okay, so we have two more. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. So this one is set in Washington, a coastal town, and most of the men there are fishermen. Think The Deadliest Catch. So our main character, or our hero, is Brendan. And then we have Piper. Yes, we have Piper, who's from LA, and she's basically a spoiled socialite. And she fucks up, and her stepdad's like, you're not doing anything but wasting my money, so you need to go over here and actually work for a living. So her real dad is from Washington. He died on a fishing expedition or whatever, but he had a bar, and that they've had ownership of this bar, and the stepdad basically wants her to go up there and check on it and like basically improve it, essentially. And her sister decides to go with her because she's a really nice sister. So Piper is like this prissy, think Alexis Rose from Schitt's Creek. And I heard that's what this was based on, and it definitely gives me those vibes, but she's very like stilettos and all of the whatever LA princess, and she goes to this little small coastal Washington town, and they live in this basically shitty apartment above this bar that they have to fix up to impress her stepdad so she can go back home. And Brendan is a fisherman. He was married. He did lose his wife years ago, and he's kind of like surly and I like things the way they are, and I don't want to change. I eat the same thing every Friday. I do the same thing every Saturday. Like, very much does not want to change, by the book. When I think Brendan, obviously he's like burly, not burly. He's like a stout, I don't know the word. He's a muscular man. He's lifting nets and fish and throwing fish and stuff. I have no idea how this works. I don't work in a fishing boat. He has his own boat. He's like the captain or whatever. And he's doing that. So he's very much in shape. He wears a beanie all the time. He's got a beard. He's just very like, I live in this Washington town. I don't care about fashion or fancy things. I wear my jeans and this thing and a beanie, and I'm Brendan. Meh. But Brendan's hot. So you know who would be a good Brendan? Wes Chatham. Yes, God. Yes, God. Now, when you just see him outside of The Expanse, he is a little prettier than maybe you would envision for Brendan. But if you see him in The Expanse, you know daddy can get dirty. Ooh, did I just say that? And it's delicious to look at that man and those biceps. So just imagine him on a fishing boat. I see it and I love it. I invite you to join in on my vision because it's lovely. And to star opposite him is me. Yes. Is the character white? She is. That doesn't matter. In the movie, she's gonna be me. I can be a princess. They can doll me up, okay? They can get me some extensions. They can get me some stilettos. I'll prance my way right in there because I'm sorry, but Wes Chatham and I are meant to be together, and this is going to be his chance to realize that he loves me. So, I mean, if they really wanted to go with somebody who was going to be like very close to the character in the book, they could go with Annie Murphy, literally the actress who plays Alexis Rose, because obviously she was very like, ew, David. No, David. But I'm telling you that it should be me. I should be Piper. Do you know many black girls named Piper? I don't, but it doesn't matter because this is a movie. This is fiction. And so, for It Happened One Summer, whoever's developing it, please email me. It's down below. Call Wes Chatham, pictured here, and then email me. And then you could call me. I'm ready. See, like, it's not even there and I could do it. I'm ready. And I'm ready for all those other scenes. Busting it open in the hospital room. On the dinner table. Woo-wee. Yes, okay, let me get it together. I'm ready. So, It Happened One Summer. Make it happen. And lastly, but not whatever. I have Maybe Next Time. Now, this is by Christina C. Jones. This is the one that is a novella. And the only one on this list that I want to be a TV series, because hear me out. So, I have a terrible memory, but I read the 3 novellas. It's like Maybe Next Time, Maybe, and Maybe. I'll put them here. But we have in the first one, Denver and Kinza? Denver and Kinza. And when I was reading Denver, I was envisioning many people, but the man I think I chose well. And he used to be making money, not legally, but now he's on the straight and narrow. Not straight and narrow, but he's making money legally. And him and Kenza both were successful before they got together. They're already married. This is like a marriage in trouble, I guess, book, second chance, whatever you want to call it. So they were like doing well, successful on their own, come together. He helped her really like legitimize his business. So he's like off, not doing the shady parts anymore, but I like really want to know about the shady parts. And then Kenza's sister? Is it her sister? Assistant cousin? Somebody that was in this book, in the 3rd novella, has a relationship with a dude who's in like a biker gang. So there's like a black biker gang in this world. It's set in Las Vegas. There's, you know, things on the straight and narrow. Denver has like the cigar club, but then he also has this, I forgot what his business is, because she also has like a limousine car service business. I forgot what his business is, but just and it's set in Vegas. And I'm just envisioning a dope ass series with this, like following all these different businesses that they're running, all the people in their lives, their friends, their relationships. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Like, I would need to go back and just reread the novellas to refresh myself, but I could just give us a basic outline of like the show and where it's going. And I'm just saying, I also think Wes Chatham could fit in there well too, and so could I, you know? Not as main characters, we can just be like secondary characters, but I already have like a plot line that I've established for us in this world. So also call me if you need help with that, because I've thought about it a lot. A lot of yeah, it keeps me up at night. Sir, for Denver, Trevante Rhodes. Yes, Trevante Rhodes. Okay, one thing, I went back and I was like highlighting some places in Maybe Next Time. The perfect ivory of his teeth against soft mahogany lips and darker skin, the lush tapestry of coily coal black facial hair. Denver was truly magnificent. Tell me this ain't that man! Tell me this ain't that man. This is who I was envisioning. I thought about a couple other people, but I'm sorry. He is a full package. And for Kenza, so she's another dark-skinned woman. She's described as like dark, deep mahogany, curvy. So I don't know I could have gone back and looked at the whole thing, so I don't know if she talks about her body more, and I don't know if she means curvy like she just got a big booty or if she's more plus size, but I was thinking about Danielle Brooks. I just think they look beautiful together, and I think that from what I've seen of her, I think she's a really great actress, so she could, I think, body any part, and I just see them leading this series in my mind. Vegas nights, and you have like Wes, who might be in charge of like the finances, and then me, I'm married to Wes and the story, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something, maybe like the social media for like, there's a casino, we're running casinos. I don't know if that's what Denver's doing in here, but in my mind, our big thing for Vegas nights is like they run casinos, they have their cigar thing, they have their car service thing, like I have a whole, it's in here, and I'm not giving it all away for free. So if you want this storyline, contact me. But I'm ready. I feel like I was born to be dramatic. I am dramatic. I am the drama. So I need to be in. Stop playing. Also, if anyone needs somebody dramatic for a soap opera, I also am available. Please contact my agent. His name is Nigel, and his Instagram is down below if you want to hit him up in his DMs. But those were 6 of some of my favorite romances and what I would like them to be. Mostly movies, one I would love as a series, and the people I would like to be our main love interest. So I would love to hear your thoughts. If you've read any of these, let me know if you have any fan casts in mind down below. And then also, are there other romances that you really hope will get adapted? Because if so, if it's really good, then, and I haven't read it, I would love to add it to my list. So this video was super fun for me. It was so fun looking at all these beautiful people. And I hope you enjoyed it too. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, check out the description. I have all the books linked, also ways to support my channel, ways to find me on social media. But stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!